immortal, but I have been pretending to be cool in the fantasy world for 1,000 years, in order to maintain one's superior image. Fabricate countless glorious events. He even deceived 3 top geniuses into becoming his disciples. But recently, your support has been exhausted and your time is running out. When I was about to die, I awakened to a system that becomes true after death. Everything you brag about in life will come true after death. At this time, you look at the female apprentice beside you who is crying into tears. With an indifferent smile, I will not hide some things from you as a teacher. Wenyan General Chuchu was suddenly startled. But he looks at you with doubts. Carefully ask Master what you want to say. Haven't you always been curious about your past as a teacher? Then the teacher will tell you the real arrival of the teacher. Filling Chuchu's eyes with expectation. He has always admired you. Although I have heard many disciples secretly question it before. Say you're an old man who likes to brag. Just relying on my own luck. I just accepted a few powerful disciples. But he didn't believe it at all. Especially the few disciples you have accepted. Regardless of any of them. Everyone has great respect for Master. How could it be just relying on luck and deception? Where are the disciples I have accepted? Zhang Chuchu often argued with them on weekdays. Even in Zhang Chuchu's eyes, you are omnipotent. Such a person is respected by many disciples. A highly respected person within the sect. How could you lie to him? And now Master wants to tell himself about the past. This makes Zhang Chuchu full of expectations. At this moment, your eyes gradually become deeper. Golden lights emerge from your eyes. Your anger has completely disappeared. Instantly transformed into an enigmatic appearance. This made Zhang Chuchu even more curious. What kind of past is it? Only then can we create Master's momentum. Where did this heaven and earth come from? As your slow words fall. In your deep gaze. It's like seeing through eternity. Zhang Chuchu was stunned. Think about it carefully. Even if there are many top monks who can move mountains and reclaim seas. Across the void, the gods of the righteous way live forever with righteousness. But where did heaven and earth come from? But no one can give an answer. I'm afraid I can't even think of it. Zhang Chuchu thought carefully for a while. This is the angry answer. Probably it evolved from this chaos. You are not surprised by the young apprentice's answer. You smiled leisurely and said, everyone knows where the heaven and the earth are. But I don't know why heaven and earth exist. Long and ancient, passed down through the ages. But before this ancient time, there was Immortal Valley. The beginning of Immortal Valley. Before the age of mythology, chaos was undivided. Countless innate gods are conceived in it. Just a simple description. Let the ripples flow from the beautiful eyes at first. Creatures of this world. The concept of the entire era is extremely confusing. You have read through many ancient and modern times. Know about the past. I just relied on the records of the monks. But as time changes, these records have become very vague. Zhang Chuchu didn't expect that she would know this for the first time. I actually heard it from Master's mouth. At this moment, there is an unfathomable meaning in your eyes. Continue to say that before heaven and earth are divided, there was an innate god named Pangu. Born out of chaos. Suddenly I felt a change in heaven. Therefore, it is necessary to use great magical power to split the chaotic world. After the birth of Pangu, Tao begets 1, 1, 2, 2, 3. 3 lives in all things, and the human race. It was made of mud by an innate god named Nuo. After listening to this, Zhang Chuchu was already too shocked to say anything. He seemed too shocked. And some have difficulty breathing. Everything you said, in his mind, has already emerged, an ancient and terrible era. The world we live in. He was actually called Pangu. Developed by the innate god. In his mind, I have already imagined the sky above my head. The supreme existence with its feet on the earth. Out of the vast chaos is decorated the great prodigy. Open up the world with supreme power. The words described by Master. It is also secretly in line with the mysterious avenue of heaven and earth. Mysterious and extraordinary. Zhang Chuchu didn't speak directly, but my heart has already given out a crazy cry. He actually sensed a possibility. Since there are so many mysterious pasts, even the most ancient and magnificent sect. There is no record. Master knows so clearly. Doesn't this mean you are the person you have been since those eternity ago? It has existed in the world since the beginning of heaven and earth. Have you personally experienced the entire eons of time? Witnessed this world in person? Food and clothing for the birth of all things. Could he be a figure from that era? The more Zhang Chuchu thought about it, the more terrifying she became. His face was full of anxiety. Then he asked timidly, "What is the origin of Master?" He was a little scared. Because that's possible. It's really unbelievable. It's really too scary. So much so that when he even spoke, all with trembling voices, "You still look enigmatic." He said slowly that first there was Pangu and then there was Tian. And before Pangu, he traveled to this world for his teacher Haijing, guiding Pangu to create heaven and teach Nua to create human beings. Vast world. No one knows where the teacher came from, where to go. Even though the origin of Pangu Nua, it's just a matter of being a teacher, just a passerby on a long journey. If you stop talking, you will naturally understand how to stop when you are ready. After all, just what I'm telling you now. You don't expect your little apprentice to believe it all at once. Even if your oxygen skills are great. The skin is just right thick. I'm a little bit on fire for blowing you so much. I feel a little embarrassed. You just hope that the system will not let you down. But when you set your sights on your little apprentice. But it was from his eyes that were like springs. I saw waves of ripples. Just like those words just now. It aroused a great surge in his heart. Did he believe everything? In fact, he couldn't help but be curious at first. Then came the shock. In Zhang Chuchu's heart. You are always a tall and majestic figure. Just you can break the curse of the holy body for senior brother. Open up the forest. Help the second senior brother to avenge his shame. Help the third senior brother to change his destiny. All these events. These are all real things that happened. No matter what other disciples say. But you are in Zhang Chuchu's heart. He has always been such a majestic existence. In addition to the enthusiasm full of reverence, there is nothing else left. Master, please continue speaking quickly. The girl's admiring eyes are extremely dazzling. This made you rub his head. He said with a doting look on his face, "I will tell you in detail when I have a chance." In fact, you don't intend to achieve success overnight. You have worked your way up to where you are today steadily. In addition to the improvement of cultivation level in 1,000 years. It also makes your character more stable than anyone else's. Even if you suddenly have a system that can change your destiny against the will of heaven. But if you want people to believe it, you have to do it step by step. This can also whet the appetite of the young apprentice. Zhang Chuchuyin looked at you and said so much. I'm also worried about your physical discomfort. After all, you are seriously injured now and you can't be too tired. You are so old. Being able to talk to him so much, Zhang Chuchu has been very grateful. Master, you should have a good rest. Chuchu will stop disturbing you. He packed up and left here. After Zhang Chuchu leaves. In your mind. But suddenly I remembered a familiar voice. Congratulations to the host's young apprentice Zhang Chuchu for gaining 100% trust. Received preliminary award from the first hospital. Reward 3 Great Sage Peak Cultivation Experience cards. After use, you can have the peak cultivation level of the Great Sage for an hour. Award, the spirit reflects that this is a sacred artifact of the level of a Great Sage. If fully exerted, possessing the terrifying power of destroying heaven and earth, with the introduction of the system completed, your heart is filled with ecstasy. Even if you look down upon everything in this world, how generous the rewards can be. It still surprises you. Earn system rewards so easily. You also have plans for the next step. With great faith. Although the time left for you now is only 100 days. But you have added confidence. If you use it properly, maybe you can live another life or even longer. Furthermore, the cultivation level of the Great Saint Realm is still at the peak level. This is simply unimaginable. In today's miraculous era, even if he is a great saint, he is number 1, or in an ancient family. God King Realm transformation is already the strongest existence. If it comes to the realm of saints, it will almost never appear in it. The great sage realm has already been completely transformed, owned by oneself, but it is an experience card for the peak level of cultivation in the great sage realm. Although it's only an hour. But what these 3 experience cards can do, it's too much. Even if you let the whole world dance in your hands. That's all with a show of hands. Now that I have received the system reward, and have made some last wishes, you have to plan carefully next time. Think deeply. A burst of thoughts also emerged in your mind. First and most important is those apprentices, but now they are all out looking for the holy medicine to heal themselves. Some people left for the Western Zhou dynasty, some people also go to the boundless sea. He went directly to these places in northern Xinjiang. This disciple works tirelessly for himself. Think of this. There is a touch of warmth in your heart again. No doubt. These disciples of my own, but they are all thinking about themselves. Currently within a short period of time, I can only continue to think of ways to deal with my little apprentice. Mysterious, you communicate with the system and start formulating your last wish. A very user-friendly panel at this moment. Come to your mind. With a wave of your hand, a magnificent pen appears in the palm of my hand. With an indifferent smile on the corner of his mouth, he wrote down a mysterious past.